in on for pole across the line. It's a 109.9, and we have the McLaren on pole position then for the 50% race. It is Speed Freak 2, Dom Pedrito lines up in third, joined by Andrew Pittsmith in fourth, Davey 5, Percival 6. Passy will be 7 when he gets towards the line. On pole for 36 laps of racing, the McLaren with 5 lights out. It is lights out and away we go. Can this pole position driver get away well? Then all the way down in towards turn 1. Percival joins back as well in towards turn 1. Owen gets a great start, but he's already got competition from Speed Freak as they head side by side through what would normally be the final turn here in Zandvoort. Speed Freak takes the lead of the Grand Prix, then Owen drops down to second place then with a pretty bad start from the first few. Dom Pedrito holding third, and then Andrew Pittsmith still in fourth. Passy gains a few places from P7. Gets to P5 then, 2 places gained on the first few corners here in Zandvoort. Not a bad start from him, and already going on another move here on the Haas car as he takes his way round the outside. Takes his time and allows him a lot of space. Passing now into P4. Gets in front of Andrew Pittsmith, who started 4th position today, now drops a place down to 5. He is going to be able to gain back surely with all the time we've got, but need to see because Passy has got a lot of pace behind him, and his qualifying lap wasn't ideal, but his race pace is even better, and he makes his way down towards Dom Pedrito. He's got 0.8 of a second the gap at the moment, but I'm sure he can bring that down. 35 laps in front of us here for the Dutch Grand Prix, so a long way to go. Of course, 50%, half of what would be the full race. To the third in a moment, which is down the main straight, and a safety car is here as somebody's gone around. Huge contact at the back, then is at the back of the track now. Goes the Mercedes of Percival with a 10-second time penalty there for making a collision with Stray Dog. Stray Dog's up to P6 after all of that, and a safety car is here on the second lap of 36. The Racing Bull has already got away well from the McLaren up towards the line. Does catch him off guard slightly, but can the McLaren try and claw it back? You can see him using a slight bit of ERS, but the Racing Bull of Speed Freak using even more to keep himself in front then. Lap 5 of 36 begins as the safety car goes in. And on the curb there goes Owen, but looks really confident then with this McLaren tonight. It's Dom Pedrito 3. Stray Dog, I think, went slightly off the track there as he tries to keep himself in front. Davey behind has not been into the pit lane either, but everybody behind that is on fresh tyres, which is going to work in their favour for at least the next few laps since that safety car. Passy, look at the confidence in this man. He sends his car around the outside of the Ferrari. That's now set him on with the Aston Martin. Pepe's trying to get through now as Andrew Pittsmith sending his car through as well and not leaving any room at all. Now fighting on the Ferrari of Davey. Is he going to leave him enough room here into the left-hander? I'm not entirely sure. The Haas car is going to make sure he's there. Contact made, the back end sliding out, and it's Andrew Pittsmith down to the back of the grid then after making a bit of a clumsy move up the inside line there. Davey gets away well in 6. Pepe's locking up into the right-hander here, the bank turn, of course. The rear wing gets opened up, and for the first time today, is he going to retake that lead back onto the place where he started? The Racing Bull is all over the place, not letting him through, and it looks like Owen's going to have to wait another lap. But DRS detection zone here, and it will get activated in that middle sector. He did get the DRS after being within that second gap. It gets opened. A lot of time there, and that's going to scuff his tyres up. But we've got Passy finally in the pit lane then. Hard compound tyres getting changed. He goes on the mediums now, which he's going to try and run till the end potentially. Not seen somebody go 15 laps on the mediums yet. Is that going to work? Most likely is, to be. Oh, interesting stuff then. Speed Freak 12 laps on the hards. He goes into the pit lane compared to Passy going about 18 laps on the hards and making a pit stop. So Speed Freak not as much here. He goes into the pits. And of course that slide that he caught himself in earlier on, that's definitely going to contribute to his tyres going off. That was not ideal at all, but he comes in then, no new wing, just brand new tyres, and it is hard compound till the end. I'm intrigued to see how Passy's going to do then, because Speed Freak goes in and with about 12 laps left, he goes onto the hards again. Passy went in with about 15 laps left and came out with a medium. So are they going to work? Can he run the mediums that long? Because people aren't even running the hards that long. So we'll find out. This Alpine is very good at managing tyres. One of his specialties then, yellow flags, and the Ferrari has stopped dead on the track, is Davey in the marker balls, unfortunately. He is still here, actually. I've just realised. I think it's because he's been lapped that he's got the ghosting on. So Davey's still present, but he's got front left end plate damage, and into the barrier again. That's the right end plate gone. Yep, that's the wing completely knackered now, as he will sort himself out. Potentially go into the pit lane for another time today, unfortunately. About it, we can just see a Ferrari as well of Davey. Lots of issues this race, unfortunately. He now is back on the track, but I think went into the barrier again. As the final lap of the Grand Prix begins, and what an angle there on the bank turn. Usually the final turn here in Zandvoort, but of course turn one here for Zandvoort reverse. Everything being flipped around, and this is such a beautiful, variant of the circuit, isn't it? You can carry so much speed through this way. And Speed Freak doing just that. 12-lap old hards. Pepe's on 18-lap old hards. Dom Pedrito on the 19-lap old hards, which is just insane. Running them for as long as he possibly can. But it has worked for Speed Freak today. 12 laps on the hards. And with 1.1 seconds to Pepe's behind, and without picking up a single time penalty to his name, that is what is going to allow him to win today. But after a great drive and looking pretty much unbeaten, only one driver retiring today, 8 drivers remaining, but 1 out of that 8 has shone greater than them all. Speed Freak towards the line. He's going to take the win here for Zandvoort reverse round 8. It's Pepe's then for second place with the 10-second penalty, but still maintains it. And Owen for third, back on the podium in a real Grand Prix again. Good to see. It is Passy then with many mistakes towards the end of the race, unfortunately, on lap 36 today. He is going to finish in 4th when he reaches the line. Dom Pedrito behind that in 5. It is Andrew Pittsmith 6, Percival 7, and Davey will be at the back of the grid in P8. We're going to wait for the drivers to line up now.